We've still got more games to talk about this weekend for round 16. The Premier League, is coming. Games are coming thick and fast. And as you know, December comes with a lot of football action, as we already know. And talking about the remaining games to happen in round 16, Victor, we're talking about Spurs here. And Tottenham have been one of the most inconsistent sides this season. You really don't know what to get. They could beat City this week, and they could lose to Fulham next week. That's literally sports for you. But regardless of all of that, what kind of fixture are you expecting when they play away to Nottingham Forest this weekend?
I can't shake the feeling that something finally clicked a little bit for Spurs, though. Like they had that 2-2 draw against Newcastle, and since then they won 2 games in a row, keeping clean sheets against Brentford and Slavia Prague, and it was all kind of fuss-free. Now, is it a coincidence that Xavi Simons has finally showed up for them, or is that like the main factor of it? Honestly, I think it's a bit more coincidence, because it feels like the entire team has not leveled up, but went up half a level, let's say. So them against Forest, okay, it's on the road, so it's not going to be super easy for them. Forest have been decent, but I think Spurs are going to win this one.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. And over to you, Max. Sunderland are slowly dropping in the standings, just like Victor predicted at some point. And now they face a recently improved Newcastle side with no defeat in their last 4 league games. Which side is more likely to get a win in this game?
Oh, I'd say this is probably the toughest game in this week for me, at least, to predict, because this is the last game before the AFCON, and a lot of players from Sunderland are going out, and it will probably boost a bit of their motivation, at least for this game, especially because Newcastle only won 1 game away this season in Prem. Speaking about favorites, it will probably still be Newcastle, but pretty much slight, because Sunderland are not losing at home for a long time. And for me, it feels like the most objective draw, but if I have to pick a winner, it's probably Newcastle slightly.
Interesting. And moving on back to you, Victor. Aston Villa are the most informed side in the league and even in Europe at the moment. With that kind of form, do you expect them to blow West Ham away at the London Stadium?
I don't know about blowing them away, to be honest. Like, okay, Wolves, especially at home, they've been very all or nothing. They haven't drawn any game at home this season, and they've got 5 losses and 2 wins. Those 2 wins, one of them was a proper shock against Newcastle. The other one was against Burnley, who are, well, Burnley. I do believe West Ham are not getting anything out of this, absolutely. But I don't really expect a thrashing either. The only 2 teams that have really won convincingly at the London Stadium this season have been Chelsea. It was a 5-1 back in August, and Spurs. And Spurs on the day could have easily also lost by 3. They ended up winning by 3. It just feels like they're not good enough, West Ham, especially at home. So Villa should not have much of a problem, but I don't really expect like a landslide either.
Yeah, fair enough. And back to you, Max. Fellow struggling side, Brentford and Leeds, will take on each other at the Brentford Community Stadium. Who is more likely to get a win here?
See, at least for me, it's obviously Brentford, because looking at their recent form at home, at least, they won 4 out of last 5 games, and they scored 3 against Newcastle, Liverpool, Man United. It feels like they're in much better form than Leeds, which lost 7 out of last 8 away games. They're just pretty bad at away games, while they do really... It's not great, but at least good at home. So they had some decent results, but for this game, I obviously picking Brentford here.
Yeah, fair enough. And just a final note for this video, Victor. Sixth place Manchester United will take on a Bournemouth side with no wins in their last 5 league games. Will the Red Devils see this game as one they should easily be winning?
I mean, easily for Man United is kind of a bold claim, if you ask me. The last time they played at home, it was against West Ham and they drew 1-1. The time before that, they lost to Everton at home. They're far from convincing. And just as a little side note, if it were my team, I would hate to be playing Monday every bloody week. But I just don't think that Bournemouth are losing here. If you look at United's last 10 games, in whether home or away, they conceded in 9 of them. They only kept a clean sheet against Sunderland, and that was at the beginning of October. Bournemouth, they're not doing very well, that's true. But at the same time, they pack a lot of punch. And I can see BTTS here, but I don't think it ends with United on top.
That's an interesting answer, Victor. And it sort of goes in line with what I said in our prediction video, that I don't see United winning Bournemouth. But yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see. And yeah, I enjoyed that side note. I would not like to watch games on Monday every time. Well, that's the level of Manchester United these days. Adjusted for TV scheduling, and because they have no games in Europe, they are the ones that can easily fit in there. So yeah, that's the level of United these days. But anyways, those are our thoughts for round 16. It promises to be exciting. It promises to give us upsets. I'm predicting at least 2 major upsets. And when it's time for the game week, when the game week is over, actually, we'll be sure to discuss those upsets, and I'm sure one of them will be United or Liverpool. I'm willing to stake everything on this one.